So this is our presentation on an after-school education model that focuses on teaching programming to elementary school kids that live outside of the central Tokyo area. And these are the table of contents. We'll begin with our market research and go into our proposal. So in our market research, we found that more and more parents are unable to look after their kids after school because they are a double income household. However, due to this demand, public after school care services have increased their pricing. Nakanoku and Meguroku area, the prices are from 4,000 yen to 8,000 yen per month, whereas 10 years ago, it was significantly cheaper and even free in some locations. For the most popular private services, Juku was number one by a landslide, followed by swimming lessons. And as for locations, many large Jukus were located in busy Shotengai areas near stations to ensure the safety of the children, and smaller services, on the other hand, located near the schools so the kids can come directly after their classes. Another service that was increasing in popularity are programming schools because they have become a compulsory subject as of 2020 in elementary schools. However, looking at the locations, we found that regardless of the growing popularity, there was a gap in accessibility, with most of the services being located within the 23 districts of Tokyo.
For competitor analysis and the reasons behind their success, we looked at two institutions, Kumon and ECC. So Kumon basically focus on students' achievements, such as students' learning habit and a student being able to go above their grade level, while ECC promotes having a high quality teacher to support students and also be able to cope with the different levels of students. Finally, they promote that they can teach student characteristics such as respect and competence and helpfulness. In terms of the pricing, tutoring service usually only cost about 1,000 yen per hour, plus the traveling expenses. However, price can go up with a licensed teacher or if the course is an English-speaking course. For institutions such as ECC and Kumon, they usually charge a monthly fee and it can vary by location. The range will be around 8,000 yen to 10,000 yen.
All right, in our interview process, we interviewed several grade 2 students and their parents and an elementary principal. Starting with the grade 2 students, we asked what their favorite subjects were, and they answered that it were PE, art, unit of inquiry, subjects with more free time, and subjects that has variety of topics. And next, we asked them how they felt about programming experience and interests. Many answered that they did not have any experiences with programming, but they were interested in learning them. Moving on to the parent part, we asked parents what the focal point of their children's desired education be. They answered that subjects such as math and language should be prioritized over programming and coding. We asked why they were concerned about programming, and parents were concerned that students might be spending too much time on their computer. Moving on to the elementary principal, I asked about the 4 aspects of education for children. What determines the students' focus during class time, how to get students' attention during the class, and how the teachers were able to guide the students to stay focused, and what have the school done in order to encourage student development. Firstly, personalities. We believe that personality could determine the effectiveness of education taught on the children. Therefore, children who prefer to be engaged in a group will be separated to collaboration group, while the others who want to be by themselves can be in an isolation group. Second, engagement. To encourage students to be more engaged, we will provide hands-on activities such as using physical computers to code themselves. Third, encouragement. Throwing a compliment here and there could help students more desire to pursue what they have. Lastly, creativity. The academics we are teaching upon children should not be in the way of their creativity since we are teaching programming. To help expand their creative drives, us as educators should not force academic subjects upon children, but rather to support them with their education.
This is our proposal overview. We're gonna divide the class by skill levels and 4 students per class and 80 minutes per session, including 10 minutes break. And we're gonna locate these programming schools in more rural areas in Tokyo, like Kyosei or Tachikawa or Ome.
So next, I will go more into detail about the proposal overview. As we found out in our market research, prices of after-school services, even public ones, are increasing, creating a significant financial burden for parents. Therefore, we will keep the monthly fees comparatively low at 6,000 yen. Also, we will hire part-time teachers, university students with technology skills, and the hourly pay will be 1,500 yen. First, the studying material, we will use iPads for beginners and computers for more advanced students. The computers and iPads will not be for rent, and the students cannot take them home, but they are allowed to come before class and stay after class if they want to fiddle with the machines or ask any questions.
So I'm gonna explain our values. Our main values are to present opportunities for collaboration, encourage interactive and engaged studies, and illustrate the importance of technology in this era.
So I'll be talking about our values in more detail. So first off, I'll be explaining about the collaboration aspect of our service. And more than anything, we want the students from our service to not only take away programming skills, but collaboration skills as well. And typically in Japan, classes are lecture-based with individual work, limiting the amount of possible collaboration in class. And with our classes consisting of 4 students, we encourage them to share their progress, offer to ask for help, and work together in order to solve problems. And here it is also important to note that we recognize some students may not be as comfortable openly working with other people. So although collaborating is encouraged in our service, it is not forced upon the students. And now I'll be explaining about the interactiveness and the engagement aspect of our service. And we want to make sure that the kids are having fun while attaining these skills. And many students nowadays, they go to juku, cram schools, and other after-school activities after a long day, which requires a lot of concentration and studying. After a long day of work, obviously, we do not want to exhaust the students with even more workload. Thus, we have a zero homework policy to encourage students to make the best of their class time. And we hope to make a warm, comfortable environment in our service. So the importance of technology in this era is one of our values. We hope to get the parents on board with our service. The interview results show the parents tend to overlook the importance of programming. Therefore, we want to offer the parents a look into our service and what the kids are learning and keep them involved. So to implement this idea, we will host a monthly service where parents can come see what the classes are like and engage with their kids as they present what they have learned throughout their classes. So these are the 3 aspects that are very important in our service.
So for goals, as discussed earlier, programming has become a compulsory subject of elementary school curriculum. And this isn't to force kids to work in the IT field, but in order to nurture the ability to compose thoughts in an orderly manner and grow through trial and error to solve problems. It also equips kids with necessary skills in the future, such as basic computer skills. And outside of learning at school, supplementing it with weekly after-school classes will help to better the kids' understanding and allow them to further develop these skills on their own terms. Thus, this should be available for all elementary school kids, regardless of their location. And we want to make sure that they engage with the material and have fun with it.
And finally, we're going to go on the expenses. So first, for the startup cost, this will include security deposit, key money, furniture, and the PCs and the iPads, and these will sum up to 865,000 yen. For the revenue, if we are going to assume we have full classes, and that would be 480,000 yen. For our monthly expenses, monthly cost, it will composite of monthly rent, staff salary, teacher salaries, and transportation and utility fees. And those will sum up to 344,000 yen. When we do the profit calculation, we will be estimating having 136,000 yen monthly profit.
Moving on with the COVID safety protocols. To guarantee the safety of the students and the staff members, we're planning to take these 6 COVID safety protocol measures: hand sanitizers, temperature scanners, surface wipes, masks, and acrylic dividers, and social distancing among students.
To summarize, we focused on the emerging industry of programming schools and the gap in the accessibility of this. To propose an after-school service that brings supplementary programming and computer education to kids outside of the central areas of Tokyo. Kids nowadays already have a lot on their plate, and forced education usually isn't very beneficial in the long run. So we aim to create a friendly and fun atmosphere, a kind of place where they would actually be excited to go. This will help the kids to collaborate with each other and engage, cultivating for themselves new paths and possibilities with these new learned skills. And these are the references. Thank you for listening.